Today's video is going to be a bit different because instead of teaching calculus, I'll be tapping into some linear algebra. So for all of you, a lot of people confuse REF with RREF. What are these things? We're going to discuss it in a minute, but these things might look similar, but they're not. So by the end of this video, you would know what REF and RREF means and what's the difference among these two things. So the thing when you see a messy matrix, or in a question they would just give you a matrix which is definitely not in REF form. So row reduction looks scary at first, but the whole idea is simple. We are just cleaning a matrix into a staircase shape. The staircase shape is called REF, or row echelon form in other words. And if we clean it even further, we get RREF, which means reduced row echelon form. So look at this example. We have a matrix on your left before the arrow, which is a simple matrix. This thing is a simple matrix. And you see it's pretty messy. You don't know whether it's REF or not. But once you make the thing into a staircase form, how did I made it? You see these 3 zeros? They're forming a staircase here. So this thing shows that your thing went from from a messy matrix to an REF form. Now the other thing, RREF, I'm gonna tell you in a minute, but let's look at this for now. So what did I do? I just simply applied a bunch of rules for REF, which are these. So first rule says all 0 rows should go at the bottom. Just like in this example, you see how the very first row is a non-zero row, but the bottom rows are the 0 rows. Like you see the row 2 has a 0 row, 3 has 2 zeros, and that's how you do it. All 0 rows goes at the bottom. Secondly, each leading entry moves to the right as you go down. So you see how there's a leading entry in all of this. Like let's look at this one. So you see there's this 1, 2, and 5. These are all leading entries. So these things move to the right, creating a staircase as you go down, and everything below this leading entry is 0. Just like look at this here. This is the leading entry 1. Everything below this 1 is 0. Similarly, leading entry 2, everything below is 0 again. And 5, there is nothing below 5. That's why we just leave it. Also, if you notice, it's a 3 by 4 matrix, which means it's not a square matrix. It's not going to be a perfect staircase, but it's going to be a picture near staircase. Now, if you see here, I made some squares around some points. These are called the leading entry. Or in other words, if you want to refer to them as formally, these are called pivot points, because they were pivotal in our thing. So pivot points. So the idea here is when you go from a messy matrix to a regular REF form, you just make sure that there are pivot entries, and everything below those pivot entries are 0. So that's REF. Now RREF goes one step ahead, because in this one, instead we do whatever we do in REF, just like here. First you come up to this spot using these rules. Then in RREF, your first rule suffices, that you need to be in REF form. As soon as you're done with that, you need to make sure each of your pivot points, again, pivot points are your leading points, these square points, they're 1. So just like you see in this one, let's just say this is your messy matrix and it's in REF form. So this one is in REF form, and I ask you to make it into RREF. So you need to make sure that all the pivot entries, which are this one, like 1, 1, and 2, these are your pivot entries, all of them are 1. So for that, these two are naturally 1, so we don't have to do anything. But then we made this 2 into 1. That's our first step. Then in order to make the last step says that each pivot must be the only non-zero in its column. So you see how these ones are the pivotal points. In their own rows, they are the only non-zero values. Rest everything turns out to be 0. And you can clearly see it here, 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 here. All of them are non-zeros. So this is REF and RREF form. And in other words, you can say that REF zeros are below the pivots, and in RREF it's below as well as above the pivots. Just like here, you see the red points, they're above and below the pivots, because this one is not REF, this is RREF. which means reduced row echelon form. And the first one is just an REF, simple row echelon form. In the simple one, everything below the pivot points is 0, and it's not necessary that the pivot points are 1 in REF. It's just in RREF. So let's try to solve some questions. And in order to solve these questions, you need to know how do you actually reduce your matrix, or what operations can you apply, row operations can you apply to your matrix. For that, you need to know that there are 3 kinds of operations. First of them being called the row swap, which is simply like swapping 2 rows among themselves, like row 1 can become row 2 and row 2 can become row 1, like simply crisscross their position. Secondly is scalar multiplication. As the name suggests, you multiply a scalar quantity or a non-zero number by any row. And the third one is row sum, that you can add, subtract any one row to another row, and you can also combine 2 and 3 together and use something like that. The notation we use is something like this, that row 2 is replaced by something which is row 2 minus twice of row 1. This means that replace row 2 with row 2 minus 2 times of row 1. And these notations are really common when you use them to reduce it, and also you need to show them in order to get marks. So let's try to do a quick question and see how can we apply all of this. So over here I have a matrix, and let's just say make this into REF form. So let's try to first make it into an REF form and see. So first we see in the question that what are my pivot points? These are my pivot points. So my very first pivot point is 1, and in order to make REF, I want everything below the pivot points to be 0. So I need to make this thing and this thing 0. Let's see how can I do that. So my very first pivot point, I can make it 0 by, if I multiply this row 2 with I need to change this row 2 into 0, right? So I need to multiply this 2 with the row 2 with something on the row 1 that makes it 0. So if it's 2, and I need a 0 here, what can I multiply with this? Sorry, what can I add or subtract with this first one? If I do 2 minus 2, I get 0. So I need to make this row 1 into minus 2. How can I do that? So if I just simply do minus 2 times of row 1, then I simply get this. So I do this. So what does this say? This says that if you take your second row and minus the first multiply 2 with row 1 and subtract it from row 2 and then replace it, then you will definitely get a 0 in the bottom. Let's see, does this thing work or not? So okay, the first row stays the same because nothing happened, and so did the bottom one because nothing happened. Now for the second row, I'm saying you take the second row element and minus with the twice of row 1 element. So let's just do the first one. So it's gonna be 2 minus 2 times 1, which is 0, and bingo, that's what I wanted. But since you're doing it to the entire row, you gotta carry it on. You say 5 minus 2 times of 2 is simply 1. So you put a 1 here. And then you do the same with the 3. You say 3 minus 2 times 1 is just simply 1 again. So you put a 1. And guess what? You have your first 0 entry here. But it's not done yet because everything below the pivot point should be 0. And again, 1 is my pivot point here. The blue highlighted part is my pivot point. So I need to make this 3 0. And now let's see, what can I multiply? So I need to make this row 3 into something that if I do row 3 minus thrice of row 1, I'll get this. And let's see what happens when I do this. When I'm doing this operation, the first and second stays the same. 1 2 1 0 1 1. Now the bottom part, I'm saying the row 3 element gets subtracted with thrice of row 1. So let's do this. Let's do for the very first element. It's going to be 3 minus 3 times 1, which is simply 0. So I put 0 here. Similarly, it's going to be 8 minus, what was it? 3 times 2, which is 8 minus 6, which is 2. And then 2 comes here. Now, similarly, it's going to be 5 minus 3 times 1 again, which is 5 minus 3, which is 2 again. And boom, that's how you see one of the rows, sorry, wrong color. Now you see one of the pivot points, which is 1 itself, having both the zeros. Now let's look at the second pivot point. We're done here for the first step. Now the second pivot point is also 1 here, as you can see. Now I need to make this 2 into 0, because every entry below the pivot point should be 0. So how can I make this? I quickly noticed that in order to make this row 3 into like 0, I can just simply say row 3 minus twice of row 2. And let's see what happens when I do that. So again, first 2 rows stays the same, 1 2 1, right? Yeah, and 0 1 1. Now let's do the subtraction together. It's gonna be 0 minus 2 times of 0, which is indeed 0 in the end. Similarly, it's going to be 2 minus 2 times of 1. Now this thing again gives me 0. And the funny part is the last one is give me one sec, I think I wrote it wrong. Yeah. Now the last one is 2 minus 2 times of give me one sec, I think I made a blunder here. Okay, 2 minus 2 times of 1 is again 0, so it's gonna be 0 0 0 0, and boom, we are technically done. Because we see, sorry, I think I'm choosing the wrong colors again. We have the pivot points here, and everything below the pivot point is 0. And I believe that's it, because yeah, this is now a row echelon form or an REF form. The staircase shape helps us recognize, are we there yet or are we not? The 0 at the bottom are really crucial, and your pivot should start moving to right. Just like you see how the blue parts are diagonally moving to the right, that's the thing. Now, if you ask me that continue making it to RREF, like you can just say, now make this RREF. So the very first step for RREF says that the answer should be in REF form. This thing on the top is definitely in an REF form. So now we just simply make it into an RREF form. So in order to make an RREF form, I said the pivot points above and bottom should be 0. So the bottoms are 0, but is the above 0? No. Why? Because if you see closely here, this 2 is above a pivot point 1. So this should also be 0. So in order to do that, I can just do one simple operation. I can say that if you do row 1 such that row 1 could be like what? Like row 1 minus twice of row 2? Then yeah, you'll be off with a good thing. Let's see. The bottom stays the same, 0 1 1 0 0 0. Now the top becomes what? Look at this now. 1 minus 2 times 0 is still 1. Like you can do this. 1 minus 2 times of 0 is still 1. Similarly, 2 minus 2 times of 1 is 0. So this thing turned out to be 0. And similarly, 1 minus 2 times of 1 is minus 1. So this turns out to be minus 1. Now this thing is an RREF form. Why? Because these are your pivot points again. And these things below and on the top are non-zeros. Now you may ask, like, is this last 0, like the red one, is this not a pivot point? No, because a pivot point is always a non-zero point. That's why I told you it's not going to be always like a perfect staircase. Sometimes it can be like that, but you don't have to worry about this. It should be roughly looking like a staircase. That's the idea here. That's the trick you use to just see if you're going in the right direction or not. Now, one question may pop into all of you guys' head that, like, why are we even doing this? Why do we need this REF form or an RRE form? So one of the common uses to just like to make the solution easy to read. Like, let's just say if I ever said like 1 0 0 1, this is an RREF form, right? And then I say minus 1 1. So you can simply say that if this is an x and this is a y, then you can just simply say that x is minus 1 and y is 1. You can simply read it off directly. So instead of making like a confusing messy matrix that you have to solve, using simultaneous equations or like some graph or something, you could just simply use this matrix REF form to simplify it and find the values of x and y. That's why we use it. So one of the common mistakes is they change the columns instead of rows. Like people, instead of using R1, they use C1. I don't know why they do that, but they do it. Similarly, sometimes they just forget to multiply. They just straight up go like, you see how there's a scalar multiplication involved here, like this -2. They will skip on it. People skip on it. So try avoiding these mistakes and be careful. Is the question asking you REF or RREF? Don't overdo it. And if it's asking RREF, then make sure you first go REF, then go to RREF. And always show these steps. The R1 equals this notation steps. These are your working. These are the ones which show that you have done something. A lot of people skip on these things over here. Wait, let me show you. These things, a lot of people do it unnecessarily for their own help. But it's fine if you do it. If you don't do it, it's still fine. But these things are totally mandatory while you're solving it, okay? Now, from my side, this was the only thing that I wanted to teach. If you are wanting to give it a shot, try solving this thing. 132,275,144. Try solving this one and put your answer in the comments and tell me if you need more help with it, and share it among your friends and like and subscribe. Alright, see you in the next one.